when does it make sense to communicate things asynchronously in writing versus getting together and doing something synchronous, like pairing, mobbing, a meeting, etc.?
I think a lot of it has to do with how tight you want the feedback loop to be. The main reason that I like synchronous collaboration with other engineers is because I can get more feedback more quickly without anything else, without any noise in the signal. I think the asynchronous stuff is great for like things like status updates, right? Like, hey, FYI, this cluster we just scaled up by 20% because we observed this pattern in our telemetry. Sure. Just so you know, right? But there's no action required from you. I'm not asking you to make a decision. Or in cases where we have all the information that we need to make a decision, like another team that came into us via a merger from the States, one pattern that they use, which I find really helpful, is if there's like a decision that needs to be made and it's low urgency and maybe requires a lot of people and we don't exactly know who needs to be involved yet, they will just, in brackets, start a thread in Slack, which is our chat of choice. They'll start a thread in brackets that will summarize what the decision is that needs to be made. Then as the first message in the thread, they will lay out the data that we have so far, and then people can kind of weigh in. Maybe it's just like an emote, right? If we get enough thumbs up, we do it, that kind of thing. But in cases where we don't know, we don't have all the information yet, we're still experimenting, or there's a lot of unknowns, I would much rather be synchronous. It's just, I can open pull requests. That process is always much slower, and you really have to ask yourself, can you afford that slowness? Especially if you're talking about not getting feedback until something's shipped, because then you're in like escape the defect hell. But for me, like, if I'm trying to feel my way towards solving a problem, building some new feature to solve some problem or some new behavior, having another practitioner like shoulder to shoulder with me that I can bounce those ideas off of, or in some cases doing like 2 4-hour pairing blocks a day, like 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours after lunch. In a lot of cases, the product person for that feature would just come over at some point in that session to see how we were doing. And that was way better than waiting for like a Jira notification to pop up. You can get to the bottom of all of those questions maybe 10 times faster if you're just having a conversation.